So for Brooklyn, I think most people are. My pick is just Nicolas Claxton. I don't even think he's properly rated within his own team. Where you could probably look at some of these players and maybe they're not getting as much burn as you would expect, but their teams kind of know what they have in them. It doesn't feel like, and I know he's been injured a bunch and he's been ill at times. It doesn't even feel like Brooklyn understands what it has in Nicolas Claxton, which is just like probably one of the 3 to 5 most switchable bigs in the league. And when I say switchable, I mean like go out on the perimeter, just guard a primary ball handler who's 6'2". If it's like he can literally defend any position and he's not super strong. He could stand to sort of beef up his frame. And there is the element of we don't know what he is on offense just yet. He's tried to do more, not so much this season, but when you look back at last year too, he's tried to like sort of branch out at times where you see him put the ball on the floor, not attack from these face up spots, but where he's not just catching the ball and trying to finish. Maybe that is ultimately his role. But when you look at his defensive versatility and a big who can play the 5, you can try and I guess play him at the 4 as well. Defensively, it should work depending on who your center is in those spots. And it's just so comfortable being yanked outside the paint. His free agency to me is going to be fascinating. I don't think, I wouldn't say he's a lock to leave Brooklyn, but I don't think they're going to be the team that prioritizes keeping him. And I'm not saying that, but like they just seem higher on or feel like they have a bigger need for an Andre Drummond or LaMarcus Aldridge at this point, when I would counter with they don't. That Nicolas Claxton's a bigger difference maker if you can put together enough consistent runs with him. And again, part of it is on himself, or not him himself, but his body, because he hasn't been able to stay healthy for these long stretches. But like he is someone that I would love to see just constantly get 25, 30 minutes a game. Maybe he doesn't have the conditioning to do that, but I do feel like he is this higher end impact guy on defense where maybe no, he's not going to be the stingiest rim protector, but is someone who can just cover up for basically anything, or even go up against like no, I don't want him on Giannis, but he might be. Is it Bruce Brown or is it like who's Brooklyn's best Giannis defender right now? Is it Bruce Brown? Ben Simmons. Wow, but Ben Simmons isn't playing. It's like Nicolas Claxton is like at least a body you could throw at those sorts of matchups. So there's so much he can do on the defensive end. And I just feel like the Nets, even when he's been available, haven't given him an adequate opportunity.
No, I think to your point, the Nets have been kind of bad at evaluating who should be playing center for them for a long time because they clearly didn't realize what Jared Allen was going to be. Right. So Claxton, again, just playing not nearly enough. Per 36, he's like 15, 10, and 2 and shoots 64% from the field. And it's not someone you play off the floor because he can switch, right? The other thing is, per 36, he's fouling less than 4 times a game per 36. So it's not like he's another one of those centers that foul. It's like, it's not a Mitchell Robinson in years past situation where it's like, oh, well, we can't play him that much because the teams get in the bonus and he's got 4 fouls, in the second quarter. So there's like, you almost have to look really hard for a reason why he's not playing more or why he's not clearly the starter. Because the things that you need a center to do on that team, he kind of can do them all. So I'm with you. I have to throw Patty Mills an obligatory mention just because I've always loved that guy, and his on-off splits are every team he's ever been on is just always better, or at least when he's on the floor by like 5, 6, 7 per 100 possessions. Some of that's because he plays backups, but if you do it that well for that long, I think there's definitely something real there.